For one thing, don't ever shy away from our progressive values. One person's socialism is another person's neighborliness. Just do the damn work. So I got to tell you, when I see this, it lifts me up. I'm inspired. I see it. Again, anti-Tommy Tuberville, this is the first day of football. We're all in this. We're all undefeated. We got an opportunity on this. I want to be standing in that day in November when we're playing for the big one, and I'll take us.
Tim Walz is not done calling out Republican lawmakers like
COVID really brought it out about how bad our schools are and how bad our teachers are in the inner city. Most of them in the inner city, I don't know how they got degrees, to be honest with you. I don't know whether they can read and write. They want a raise, they want less time to work, less time in school. It's just, we've ruined work ethic in this country. We don't work at it anymore. We push an easy life.
Alabama Senator and ex-football coach Tommy Tuberville.
The way I was raised, before a football game, you stood to honor America. And after the game, you knelt to honor God. But today, those values are under attack. As your senator, I'll have President Trump's back. We can't be bought, and we won't back down. Weak-kneed, career politicians aren't tough enough to stand with President Trump, but I am.
On the subject of coaching, there's this guy.
Look, I coach these kids in football for years. They want to be part of winners.
And this guy. They could not be more opposite in their approach.
I'm very proud to be endorsed by President Trump. I'm running to help him drain the swamp and build a wall. I'm Tommy Tuberville, and I approve this message because I won't back down.
Tuberville, amongst his former players, does not get a good rap.
How are you going to build a water treatment plant in a town of 400 if you don't have a collective effort at it? So I have to tell you, they scream socialism. We just build roads and we build schools and we build prosperity into this. Their whole plan is to go backwards, to give tax cuts to the wealthy. And look, it was so surprising. You know, these super successful Donald Trump who inherited $400 million and then proceeded to fail at everything.
Walz, meanwhile, is the embodiment of a coach you dream of having.
You know, as I tell people, my dad fought 76 years ago in Europe to free Europe of socialism.
Now, World War II was fought to defeat the Nazis, who were fascists. Fascism. I mean, a senator should know this.
When he's not failing history class per USA Today while serving as head football coach at Texas Tech, Tommy Tuberville would attend a dinner with recruits and coaches, receive a phone call, step away from the table, and never return. The next day, it would be announced he took the job at Cincinnati, leaving those at the dinner high and dry. Devontae Danzy, a junior college offensive lineman at the time, would say, "The waitress brought our food out, and we thought Coach Tuberville went to the bathroom, but he never came back to dinner." Then, next thing I know, the next day, he made an announcement that he's going to Cincinnati.
His energy, his care, his integrity, just a great overall human being. He's one of my favorite people in the world. You know, through high school, I struggled with substances. He was able to really pull me through that. There's no question in my mind I would not have finished high school without Coach Walz. You know, I was kind of on the outs as far as school is concerned, and he really pulled me aside often and really said, you know, "Hey, Dan, let's give this a shot, right? Let's keep coming. We need you here on the football team." And I really had never really had attention or care from an adult teacher, male teacher, or a male role model at that time. So for him to take the time, a lot of time out of his day, to really show me the care that a young 16, 17-year-old boy, raised by a single mother, really needed.
Dan Clement not only played under Walz, but was his student in class. These are glaring differences, but it wouldn't stop there.
I was a football coach. I dealt with more minorities than everybody in this building.
Dealt with. That's how he speaks about his black players. Meanwhile, while head coach at Ole Miss, Tuberville uttered the following line, and this is a direct quote: "They'll have to carry me out of here in a pine box." Some 48 hours after making this comment, Tuberville stepped onto a private jet sent from rival Auburn University and took the job. Turns out no pine box was required, wrote Mississippi Today.
He's a guy's guy. He was energetic, super knowledgeable. He wants to be hands-on. He wants to be, whatever he's doing, he's got 10 toes down. I think that's the thing that stands out from him, even at an early age. But I think the thing that stands out is just trying to get the most out of you, trying to realize that there's a bigger picture out there and there's a higher goal, and just kind of pushing you to achieve your full capacity.
Seth Greenwald speaking here, played under Walz in high school. This is how someone speaks of a coach they are proud of playing for.
Some people say, well, they're soft on crime. No, they're not soft on crime. They're pro-crime. They want crime. They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. Bull.
His comments on reparations led to another former player of his speaking out. All-American linebacker at Auburn, Carlos Dansby, who played for 14 years in the National Football League. What Tuberville said was unnecessary, dead wrong, ugly, Dansby would say. But that's where he stands right now. I guess it's a game within the game that's being played. He just took it to the extreme and it turned a lot of people sour. But you can't put nothing past politicians. You never know what their end goal is. No excuse for that, though, just uncalled for. If that's his true view, that's his true view. Ain't nothing right about what he said. He's playing in that field, man.
You know, one of the things in the classroom, I had him in 11th grade geography, is he always brought kids in. He'd never go to the front of the classroom and just give a lecture. He got everybody involved. And he was one of those teachers where you wanted to do well, not because you were afraid of a bad grade, but you wanted to do well because he really motivated you. He made you want to do a good job. He's a great messenger. Anytime you see him, even when he was a congressman, a governor, every time that you'd bump into him, just like at a coffee shop or something, or a bagel shop, I remember, it was never really about politics. You talk to him and he just talked to you as a human being. He's always asking, how's your family doing? And oftentimes when you see people reach that level of success, they almost become kind of larger than life. And he's never really done that. He's always really stayed humble and kind of stayed toward his roots in West Mankato.
Meanwhile, this is how another former player and student of his speaks on Tim Walz's legacy. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day. Calling out elite people in comedy should be the rule of thumb.
I think Donald Trump's hair is actually another creature.
Yeah.
The hair's like going, good night, Donald. Good night, Donald. There we go.
Maybe it goes out. It goes out and makes money while he's asleep.
Yeah. There is something about punching down that feels taboo, and punching up is the way to go.
Crack's not really my thing, but if it was, it would be fine if I was on that side.
Wow.
Oh. Don Jr.'s on coke.
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. I'm a very stable genius.
It is very important, the work that the Jordan Kleppers are doing, the work that the Good Liars are doing, the work that our team here at the Turks are doing, and many more.
What he does, he secretly puts the marker on the end of the putter, and then he looks like he's marking it, but really, now the mark is 3 feet closer. That's a way easier putt.
He cheats a lot. That if you cheat at golf, you cheat at life. The saying goes for Donald Trump.